Okay, let's break this down. We're in G. I'm starting on the 5th here to the 3. Then I'm going to basically be embellishing a G major triad. And what I'm adding in there is a 2, so that's a little diatonic passing tone. And then a little variation starting on the 6th this time. And then I start descending thirds. Okay, and that kind of takes me into a new position now, and I'm still in C here. I'm going to go off the 5 here. And then I'm kind of dancing around that 5 with a half-step approach and diatonic approaches. Back to the G chord, I'm going down the triad. Then I'm kind of implying the 5 chord against the G here. Chromatically walking into the 3, back up the G arpeggio. When I get up to the top of that G arpeggio there, I'm going to be pedaling off of this G, so I'm going to go 6, G, 7, G. And then a chromatic run into the A here. This is very much like a fiddle move. Down the A7 arpeggio, and hit that G on the G string. Chromatically walking into the 3 of the D chord. End up with a 6 here. And then I'm into my chromatic octaves. Up to the C. So it's really out of that C triad there. Down the scale. So embellishing that major 7 over the C. Doing the same thing over G, although now it's going to sound like a 3rd. Chromatically walking into the root of the 5 chord. And then I'm going to do descending thirds. Chromatically walking down from the 6 into the 5 of the 1 chord. Root. Back to the 5. Root. Sliding down to the dominant 7. Dominant 7. 5. And that sets up the next section. So what is the takeaway here? Well, let's take away the same thing from the solo that I think Cliff Gallup took away from this solo, which is the chromatic octaves that happen when the 1 chord goes to the 4 chord. So this section. So in that case, we're starting on the 5th of G and landing on the 5th of C. But we could have started on a different chord tone. We could have started on the root of G. Landed on the root of C. We could have started on the 3rd of G. Landed on the 3rd of C. Basically, anytime you have a dominant chord resolving, so a 1 chord going to a 4 chord, a 5 chord going to a 1 chord. In the case of Roly Poly, we have a 2-5 turnaround here. A7, D7, G. In that case, you have a secondary dominant going to a dominant chord, going to your 1 chord. So A is the 5 of D, so we could do that. Let's say off the root. D is the 5 of G, so we'll do that over the root. And we land on G. And we could have started on any chord tone to do that. If you'd like to know about more things that you could take away from this solo, definitely hit me up. Also, I have a subscription channel called The Speakeasy, which is more of a masterclass format, different than what goes on here. I have 21 instructional courses with TrueFire. I have a YouTube channel. All of those links are down below, and I would love for you to check them out.